Hidden in plain sight, those old, dirty 20-pence coins could be worth far more than you ever imagined. The mysterious 1982, 1983, and 1988 new pence pieces from Elizabeth II era are sending shockwaves through collectors. Why? A rare minting detail that shouldn't exist, yet somehow does. Some of these overlooked coins have sold for hundreds, even thousands when the right error or condition is found. Tarnished, scratched, and forgotten in drawers, they may look worthless, but don't be fooled. What if I told you that a dirty, forgotten 20 new pence coin from 1982, yes, the one hiding in old drawers, jars, or even your pocket right now, could be worth not just a few pounds, but life-changing money? Stay with me, because what you're about to discover might turn everyday change into hidden treasure. Now here's where things get mysterious. In 1982, something unusual happened in the UK's coin production. It wasn't announced. It wasn't advertised. And for years, almost nobody noticed. The Royal Mint quietly made a transition that would later create one of the most talked about modern coin errors in British history. And that's exactly where the 1982 new pence coin comes in. Let me explain. Back in 1971, when decimalization happened in the UK, 20-pence coins were introduced with the words new pence on the reverse. This design continued for over a decade. But in 1982, the Royal Mint decided to change the wording from new pence to simply 20 pence. Sounds simple, right? But here's the shocking part. Both designs were struck in the same year. That means in 1982, there were two different versions of the 20p coin being minted, one with the old wording new pence, and one with the updated 20 pence. And that overlap created one of the biggest hidden treasure opportunities in modern coin collecting. Now here's where things get really exciting. Some 1982 coins were struck using the wrong die combinations. That means the obverse and reverse didn't match the intended design for that specific production batch. Collectors started noticing small differences, subtle details, and when they realized what they were seeing, the hunt began. Because certain 1982 new pence coins, especially in unusual or error conditions, have sold for big money. We're talking hundreds, sometimes thousands, depending on condition and rarity. And here's a true example that shocked collectors. A high-grade 1982 new pence 20p coin, in near-perfect condition, was listed and sold for over £1,000 at auction. And even worn, old, dirty versions, yes, the kind people ignore, have fetched surprising prices when the right features are present. So now you're probably thinking, how do I know if I have one? Let's break it down carefully. First, check the date. It must say 1982. Next, flip the coin to the reverse side. Look closely at the wording. If it says new pence, you're already holding something historically significant, because this was the final year that phrase was used. But don't stop there. Now examine the condition. Ironically, even old and dirty coins can hold big money value if they have unique characteristics. But if your coin has sharp details, clear lettering, and minimal wear, the value jumps dramatically. Now here's where things get even more interesting. There are subtle die variations that collectors search for, things like slightly misaligned text, unusual spacing, or faint doubling in the lettering. These errors can be hard to spot, but they're exactly what turns an ordinary coin into hidden treasure. Look closely at the rim as well. Is it evenly shaped? Any unusual thickness or weakness? These tiny details matter more than you think. And here's another shocking twist. Some collectors believe that a small number of transitional error coins may exist, pieces struck during the switch from new pence to 20 pence, using mismatched dies. While extremely rare, if discovered, these could command life-changing value. We're talking serious big money. Now let's reset your attention with another incredible fact. Even coins that look completely ordinary, scratched, faded, even dirty, have been pulled from circulation and sold for hundreds simply because someone took a second look. That's the difference between spending a coin and discovering hidden treasure. Think about that. Right now, millions of people are walking around with coins they never check. But you're learning what to look for. You're seeing the details others miss. And that's how collectors make money. Now, one more thing most people overlook. Lighting. Take your 1982 coin and tilt it under light. Sometimes errors like doubling or die flaws only appear at certain angles. That faint shadow on a letter, that slight shift in alignment, It could be the clue that turns your coin into something extraordinary. And don't clean your coin. I know it's tempting, especially if it's old and dirty, but cleaning can actually destroy value. Collectors want originality, even if it looks worn. That natural aging tells a story and preserves the coin's authenticity. Now imagine this. You're going through an old jar of coins. You find a 1982 20p. It looks ordinary, maybe even worthless. But you remember this video. You check the date. You check the wording. You examine the rim, the lettering, the condition. And suddenly, you realize you're holding something rare, something valuable, something that could be worth far more than 20 pence. That's the thrill of coin collecting. That's the power of hidden treasure. And it's happening every single day, right under people's noses. So before you spend another coin, before you ignore that old change sitting in your drawer, take a closer look. Because that small, forgotten 1982 new pence coin could be your ticket to big money, or even life-changing value. And here's the cliffhanger. There are still undiscovered error coins out there, still hiding, still waiting to be found. The question is, will you be the one who finds the next one? Check your coins right now, and don't forget to subscribe, because the next piece of hidden treasure we reveal might already be in your pocket. What if I told you that a dirty, overlooked 20 pence coin from 1983, yes, the kind most people wouldn't even pick up off the ground, could be worth big money, even thousands of pounds. And in rare cases, it could be a piece of hidden treasure collectors are still desperately searching for. Because 1983 is not just another year. It's a mistake year. And that's where the mystery begins. You see, something very important changed in British coinage right before 1983. For years, UK coins carried the words new pence after decimalization in 1971. But by 1982, the Royal Mint officially switched the wording to 20 pence. So by 1983, every single 20p coin should say 20 pence. But here's the shocking part. A tiny number of 1,983 coins were struck with the old wording, new pence. Coins that technically should not exist. And when collectors discovered this, it sent shockwaves through the coin world. Because suddenly, a simple 20p became a life-changing value opportunity. Now imagine this. Someone, somewhere, during production, used an outdated die. Maybe it was accidental. Maybe it slipped through unnoticed. But the result? A small number of 1983 coins carrying the wrong inscription. These are known today as the legendary 1983 new pence error coins. And they are pure hidden treasure. Let's talk numbers. One of these rare coins sold at auction for over £1,500. Others have reached well into the thousands, depending on condition. And collectors are still hunting for more, because so few have ever been confirmed. That's big money, from a coin most people ignore. Now here's where you need to pay very close attention, because you might already have one. First, check the date. It must clearly read 1983. Next, and this is critical, turn the coin over and look at the wording. If it says 20 pence, that's normal. That's what it should be. But if you see new pence on a 1983 coin, stop right there. You could be holding something incredibly rare. Something that should never have left the mint. Something collectors would pay serious money for. Now let's go deeper, because this is where real collectors separate themselves from casual finders. Look at the condition. Even an old and dirty coin can hold big money value. But the sharper the details, the crown, the lettering, the edges, the higher the price climbs. Check the rim. The 20p coin has a distinctive 7-sided shape. Make sure the edges are crisp and not overly worn. Error coins with strong rims and clear definition are far more desirable. Now here's another shocking detail most people miss. Examine the lettering closely. On genuine error coins, the new pence inscription will match the older style used before 1982. Look for clean, consistent font shapes, not something that looks altered or tampered with. Because yes, fakes do exist, and they're getting better. But here's the difference. Real coins show natural wear, aging, and consistent metal tone. Fake ones often look off under light, with uneven surfaces or strange coloring. Speaking of color, pay attention to that too. Authentic coins from this era have a cupronickel finish, a soft silver gray tone. If your coin looks unusually bright, dull, or discolored in patches, take a closer look. Now let me reset your attention with another unbelievable fact. Some collectors have found rare coins like this in ordinary pocket change. No auctions, no dealers, just everyday transactions. That's the power of hidden treasure. And it gets even crazier. There are rumors, unconfirmed but widely discussed, that a few ultra-rare high-grade 1983 new Pence coins could be worth much more than the known sales, potentially reaching 5 figures if the right buyer appears. That's life-changing value from a single coin. Now think about how many coins pass through your hands every week. How many do you actually check? Probably none until now. Let's go even deeper into identification. Look at the obverse, the front of the coin. You should see Queen Elizabeth II's portrait. In 1983, this would be the second portrait by Arnold Machin. The details should be clear: the hair, the crown, the facial outline. Any unusual doubling or distortion here could also increase value. Yes, even tiny minting errors, like slight misalignment or die cracks, can push a coin from hundreds to thousands. Now here's another real-world moment that shocked collectors. A worn, circulated 1983 new Pence coin was once listed online as just an oddity and ended up attracting intense bidding. It sold for far more than expected because serious collectors recognized what it was. That's the difference knowledge makes. That's how hidden treasure turns into big money. And here's something you must remember. Do not clean your coin. Even if it's old and dirty, cleaning can destroy its collector value instantly. That natural wear? That's part of its story. That's what proves its authenticity. Now imagine this scenario. You're going through an old coin jar. Maybe coins collected over years. You spot a 20p. It looks worn. Nothing special. But you remember this moment. You check the date, 1983. Your heart starts to beat faster. You flip it over, and there it is. New Pence. In that instant, everything changes. Because what you're holding isn't just a coin. It's hidden treasure. It's big money. It's potentially life-changing value sitting in the palm of your hand. And here's the final twist. Experts believe there are still undiscovered 1983 error coins out there. Still in circulation. Still overlooked. Still waiting. So the next time you get change, don't ignore it. Check it. Study it. Because the next coin you hold could be the one everyone else missed. And if you want to keep uncovering hidden treasure, finding big money coins, and learning what others don't know, make sure you subscribe. Because the next story we reveal might be worth even more. What if I told you that a dirty 20 pence coin from 1988, something most people wouldn't even think twice about, could be worth big money, not just a few pounds, but potentially hundreds or even thousands? And the most shocking part, some of these coins aren't even supposed to exist. Because 1988 is not just another year in British coinage. It's a year surrounded by confusion, myths, and one of the most misunderstood hidden treasure stories in modern collecting. Let me explain. By 1982, the Royal Mint had officially changed the wording on 20 pence coins from new pence to 20 pence. From that moment forward, every 20p coin should carry the updated inscription. So by 1988, there should be 0 coins that say new pence. None. But here's where things get exciting and a little mysterious. Over the years, collectors and everyday people alike have claimed to find 1988 coins with the old, new pence wording. Stories started appearing. Photos circulated. Rumors spread like wildfire. Was it a minting mistake? A rare, transitional error? Or something even more unusual? Because if a genuine 1988 new pence coin were confirmed, it would be one of the most important modern error coins ever discovered. We're talking life-changing value. Potentially tens of thousands, maybe even more. That's the level of hidden treasure we're dealing with. Now let's ground this in reality, because this is where serious collectors pay attention. As of today, no fully verified 1988 new pence 20p has been officially confirmed by major grading authorities. That means many of the coins people think they have turn out to be misread dates, worn digits, or altered pieces. But, and this is critical, that doesn't mean they don't exist. History has shown us time and time again that rare mint errors surface decades later. And that possibility is what keeps collectors searching. Now imagine this. You find an old, dirty 20p coin. It's scratched, faded, nothing special at first glance. But you notice something strange about the lettering. Instead of 20 pence, it says new pence. And the date? 1988. At that moment, you're no longer holding spare change. You're holding a question mark worth serious big money. Now let's slow down and go step by step, because this is where you need to know exactly what to look for. First, check the date carefully. The digits 1988 must be clear. Pay special attention to the last number, because a worn 3 or 2 can sometimes look like an 8. This is one of the most common mistakes. Next, flip the coin over and read the inscription. If it says 20 pence, that's completely normal. That's what every 1988 coin should have. But if you see new pence, do not ignore it. Now you need to verify everything. Look at the font style. Compare it to known earlier coins from the 1970s and early 1980s. The lettering should match exactly, not look uneven or tampered with. Check the surface of the coin. Does it show natural wear? Or does it look altered, like someone has tried to modify it? Because here's another shocking truth. Some people have tried to fake these coins, either by altering dates or engraving new lettering, hoping to cash in on the hype. But experienced collectors can spot the difference. Real coins have consistent aging, even coloration, and natural strike patterns. Fake ones often show tool marks, uneven depth, or unnatural shine. Now let's talk about the rim. The 20 pence coin has a distinct 7-sided shape. Check the edges carefully. Are they sharp and even? Any distortion or unusual thickness could indicate a minting error, which in itself could add value. Even without the new pence mystery, certain 1988 coins with striking errors, like off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchets, have sold for hundreds of pounds. That's still big money from a small coin. Now here's something that will reset your attention completely. A simple error coin, just a minor misstrike, once sold for over 300 pounds because collectors recognized its uniqueness. That's the power of knowledge. That's how hidden treasure gets discovered. And it's happening all the time. Now let's go deeper into what makes a coin truly valuable. Condition. Even old and dirty coins can carry value, but the clearer the details, the Queen's portrait, the lettering, the rim, the higher the price. In 1988, the obverse features Queen Elizabeth II's portrait by Raphael Maklouf. Look closely at the crown, the hair, the outline of the face. Any doubling? Any unusual marks? These could indicate a minting anomaly. And anomalies mean opportunity. Now here's another twist. Some collectors believe that undocumented errors, coins that slipped through quality control, are still sitting in circulation or hidden in old collections. Coins that have never been seen, never been graded, never been sold. That means the first person to discover one sets the market. That's how life-changing value is created. Now imagine the moment. You're sorting through coins at home. Maybe coins you've ignored for years. You pick one up. 1988. You flip it over. And your heart skips. Because what you see shouldn't exist. That's the moment collectors live for. That's the moment hidden treasure becomes real. But remember this. Do not clean your coin. I know it's tempting, but cleaning destroys value. That natural dirt, that aging, that's part of the coin's authenticity. Collectors want originality, not shine. Now here's the final thought that should stay with you. Whether or not a confirmed 1988 new pence coin has officially surfaced, the possibility alone has driven collectors to search millions of coins. And all it takes is one discovery, one coin, one moment, to turn ordinary change into big money. So check your coins. Look closely, because the next piece of hidden treasure might already be in your pocket, waiting to be found. And if you want to stay ahead of everyone else, finding coins with life-changing value before the world catches on, make sure you subscribe. Because the next coin we uncover might finally prove that the impossible 1988 error is real.